Well, hello there. Welcome to my video. I am Mickey B. Have we met? If not, it's nice to meet you. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my hair rehabilitation series. Today is Sunday of week 16 and I am going to moisturize, feed, moisturize, and deep condition today. So I hope everybody had a wonderful, happy, and safe holiday season, and now it's time to get back into the swing of things and get this hair. Well, I've stayed on top of my hair, as I said I always do, but if I don't post a video doesn't mean I'm not doing my hair, so don't use that as an excuse to not do your hair. So we're gonna start off. I've already moisturized it. I washed my hair, which is why it looks a little fluffier, because I don't have all that product weighing it down like normal. So I'm gonna go, I've already moisturized, and as you see it's still like poofing up a little because it's again, it doesn't have all that product weighing it down. And I've already put on my castor oil on my part down the middle and around my edges. Oh, and let me show you Baldy, Mount Baldy. See the progress there, slowly but surely coming along. Regardless of what it does, I will continue to do this. So that's Mount Baldy, and now let's go ahead and jump in and get started. I cut off all of my fingernails. I had to give them a fresh start because when I did the glue on nails, I kind of messed them up because I ran out. I had a bunch of nail glue that I purchased from the Dollar Tree that I had for when I needed it, and when I needed it the stuff was all dried out, so I was like, come on. I was all fresh in the mood to get to do my nails, and literally every nail glue that I had brand new in the package dried out. So I was determined to get them done, and so I used super glue that I had, and that kind of was not a good idea. And it worked, but it was a little too strong on the nails. And when I eventually got the proper nail glue, it definitely worked quicker, but it released, because I felt like they were just the same thing, but the nail glue actually I felt like released a little better than the super glue. So that process, I kind of messed up the top layer of my nail, so I need to let that grow out because I think it weakened it, and I didn't want to continue to weaken it any further. So I said I'll go ahead and let my nails grow out. I'll just cut them all off like I did and just let them grow out. And I don't mind. I like having my nails short and being able to feel and work with my hands properly and not have to be all dainty and try to work around things because of fingernails. Even though they look nice, I like the look, but the maintenance and the upkeep and what you got to do to maintain that is just not for me, not on a regular basis. So therefore I have no nails, and I am not mad about it. So that's why I'm not wearing gloves or anything today, because I don't need to do all of that. Worried about it getting all up under my fingernails. I'm like, I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all. So as you see, I'm gonna do the both sides method today, just so we can hopefully get in and out. I did detangle my hair, so hopefully that's going to, or has maintained, so that I can kind of just stick my hand in here pretty easy and separate my hair like that. But yeah, it's got a lot of poof in it now that all the product has been washed out. I'm surprised because it normally would be a lot more weighed down. When I had all the product on it. So, what's going on with you guys? Anything new to report? Anything exciting happening in your lives? The world is still dealing with COVID-19. I'm still working remotely from home. Still liking it. The latest thing that happened to me is I have someone who wants to take me to small claims court. For those of you who have followed me for a while, I've been doing YouTube since 2009, so this is not new. But for those of you who've been following me for a while, you know that I lost my mother in 2011. And when that happened, I was the successor trustee in her trust. So I had to take care of her final arrangements, and that included her home. So we ended up renting the home out, and the last family who was in the home pretty much destroyed it, ruined the home. I mean, when I say destroyed, that is an understatement. The yard, they ruined the yard. The grass was just dead. They took off all the closet doors. They had dogs in the house when I had specifically indicated no pets. They had a couple, like big dogs. There was poop all in the yard. Huge holes in the wall in the house. You know how you hang up pictures when you move in and you decorate, and you do like a little pinhole or like a little nail hole? Well, they had holes the size of nickels and quarters. For the life of me, I don't know what they could have been, why holes had to be that big. There were holes in doors, which indicates, or it appeared, that they could have been arguing and fighting and somebody had a temper. You know, it looked something like that. They had 2 kids while they were in the house. I believe it was 2. And the kids caused major plumbing issues. Putting toiletry tops down the faucets and the sinks, causing huge plumbing bills. They left huge amounts of garbage in the rafters in the garage. Damaged the carpet. They had an aquarium in the house, and a big one of those big old rectangular aquariums. They had that in the house. That seeped through the carpet into the padding of the carpet, which had to be replaced. Not to mention the dogs they had in there that they clearly just let run free. So it had a horrible stint odor of pet, because, you know, they just looked like they just let the dogs run free and do whatever they wanted. What else can I tell you about this family? Now, the positive about them is that they paid their rent on time. They were never late. They worked with me and helped in getting the repairs done when they called them in, because I'm in Southern California and my mother's house is in Northern California, so I wasn't, you know, physically there, so I had to work and do everything via the telephone, which was a pain in the you-know-what, but that's what it was. So they worked with me with that. They tolerated me. I had a management company that I had to fire because they were horrible. They didn't do anything. They were the ones who rent it to these guys with the pets, and I specifically told them no pets, and they lied and said they were just house sitting, and that the dogs were only going to be there for a week. So they lied just to get somebody in the house. They didn't do anything to maintain the home. And I'm trying to work full time and, you know, manage all of this. So needless to say, I didn't have any problems with them the whole time. They were cool. We had a very good rapport. They understood the situation. You know, they worked with me. Like I said, they were patient. They never paid late, always paid on time. And whenever they called in a repair or anything, I always addressed it right away. Sometimes I couldn't get someone to come out right away because, again, I'm here in Southern California. They're in Northern California, so sometimes they would assist if they knew of someone, or, you know, try to help in that way. So we had, I feel like, a good rapport. But the whole time, they weren't taking care of the house. And, you know, me being here and not, because the management company, when I had them, you know, when I was working, where they were working for me and managing the house, I kept asking them to send me pictures. And every time I sent a repair person out to the house, I would always ask the repair person, how does the house look? Because the management company never sent me any pictures. And I couldn't get, is it up there or down there? I couldn't get up there. I think it's up there or down there, wherever. I couldn't get there to see for myself. So I never got the pictures of the house, but I did get a few pictures that people had sent to me to say, this house looks horrible. The few pictures that I did get, they had multiple cars in the driveway. They had like a little boat in the driveway between two cars. And they must have worked on cars or something, because when they moved out and they gave notice, I told them, you know, okay, cool, you know, I looked up everything to make sure I followed the proper protocol when they moved out. So we put together, arranged a walkthrough. You know, I had someone help me arrange a walkthrough, and so I had them walk through the house, take pictures of the house, and give the tenants a list of everything that we found. And I told them at that time, if there's anything you need to tell me about any of the stuff that I list, then let me know, you know, when we do the walkthrough. And so I had the person who helped me to get this done, they did the walkthrough and they sent me the pictures, and they were like, this house is a mess. So we walked through with the tenant. Well, the person who was helping me walk through first, they went and walked through the house, took the pictures, and then scheduled a final walkthrough with the tenants. And when she did, was it the initial walkthrough? When she did the final walkthrough, where the tenant signed off on everything, they didn't say anything about what we had on the list. They signed off on it, and we went through everything. I mean, there were sockets that were hanging out of the wall. There was in the kitchen, the cabinet door was broken off and just hanging on by one screw. The garbage disposal didn't work. The garage door openers didn't work. It was, I mean, it was horrible. They left car batteries in the bushes and with acid leaking out of it, you know, toxic substances coming out. I'm trying to garbage can full of trash that they just left there for us to empty. Closet doors, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and closet doors were missing for two of the rooms, and one of the rooms' closet doors were like, one was in the driveway just leaning on a trash can, and I don't know where the other one was. What else? So needless to say, I'm like, my mother would be turning in her grave if she saw this house like this. So we did, like I said, we followed the proper protocol. I gave them the list. They signed off on it. And then when they were all gone, moved out, leaving all that trash and crap on, there's still stuff there in the rafters on the garage as we speak today. Car seats that, you know, like the whole back seat of a car, stuff like that. Just junk everywhere. And so we moved out. They moved out, and the person who was helping me went and did the final walkthrough and just looked at all the crap they left for us to deal with and fix. And as a result, I'm like, this is ridiculous. They jacked this house up, and I'm not giving them their deposit back because the deposit isn't even gonna come close to covering the cost to get this house back to a normalcy, to a level of normalcy. So I sent them their final letter with the list of all the stuff that they signed off on, all the stuff that we said we found, and they didn't bother to explain or contest any of the damages, nothing. And so I sent them the letter and told them that there would be no refund of the deposit because of all the damages. Well, and this was in 2018, by the way. So the husband or the boyfriend or the father, I don't know what his proper title is, called. Now, mind you, we had no problem, no issues, concern. They paid their rent on time. And they worked with me getting the repairs. Like I said, we had a good rapport. I was a fair when their kids twice caused plumbing issue. The last plumbing issue that was cost $1,500 to fix. It was huge. It was just huge, big problem. And the first one was, I think, a couple $100 to fix. So, you know, I fixed it. And, you know, because I'm like, they're good tenants, they work with me, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't charge or say anything about that. So when they move out and I send them their final letter and I tell them that there is no return of their deposit because of all the stuff I gotta do to get this house back in livable condition, the boyfriend, or whatever he was, whatever he is, whatever his title is, I don't know if the children's father, let's just say that, called me, and he was hot and pissed off and upset, feeling like I was unfair, saying I thought we would at least get $700 back. You know, I know that, and I started saying all the stuff that was wrong and that had to be fixed. And he was like, normal wear and tear. That's just normal wear and tear, is what he kept saying. And I'm thinking to myself, normal wear and tear? I don't think so. So, normal wear and tear is getting the carpet cleaned and a refresh of the paint. Not replacing garage doors, having to reseed the grass, moving tons of trash, toxic chemical. I mean, please. I've rented before several times prior to becoming a homeowner, and I know what normal wear and tear is, and that is not it. So they were upset. He was upset. Apparently they were both upset. And so that December of 2018, they sent me a letter saying, basically, we want our deposit, and if you don't give us our deposit, we're going to take you to court. So I'm like, and they said if you don't respond in 10 days, then they will take me to court. That was December of 2018. I didn't respond. I'm like, you're glad that I'm not taking you to court with the damage you did to the house. I'm trying to be cool and just, you know, work with what I got, make it go away, and move on with my life. After you guys done destroyed my mother's house. So I didn't respond. And 10 days came and went and I didn't hear anything. So we go through 2019. Nothing. Not a word. And then here we are in December 2020, and I get a letter in the mail telling me that there has been a case in small claims court against me. And they said, put the name in the letter, and I knew right away it was them. And so they are taking me to court for their deposit. Now, can I just tell you, the deposit was $1,200, $1,195. The damages that they did to the house are well over $3,000. Just to put it in perspective for you, well over $3,000, and that's with getting someone, you know, like a hookup kind of repair. If I just went through companies to get that fixed, it would be way more than that. So I have the pictures, I have all the paperwork, I have where they signed off. I have everything in order to present at this small claims court situation. Now the good thing about this is, due to COVID-19, this whole court situation is virtual, so I don't have to drive up to Northern California to go to court for this. So that's a blessing, number one. Number two, I have all the pictures, I have all the documents. Like I said, we followed the proper protocol, and I'm glad that they did this, because if a judge or a mediator tells me that they have a case and that what I did was not fair and I owe them money, I will happily give them whatever they tell me I should give them. I would love an objective point of view to tell me that I was wrong in doing that, because I know normal wear and tear, and they destroyed the house, and I'm not about to pay you to fix up this house. I mean, pay you to mess up this house and leave me to fix it up. That's what a deposit is for. A deposit is to get a house back in living order if your tenant jacked it up. That's what that's for. You don't get to get that back if you destroy the property just because you feel like you should. So needless to say, the kid's father was very upset, and they threatened to sue. So 2 years later, they finally make good on their word, and they send some guy to my house to serve me on a Sunday morning when I'm just sitting here chilling, trying to enjoy my day off. And this dude shows up acting, looking all weird. I didn't open the door. I'm like, I don't know who you are. What you mean you got a delivery for me? I'm not expecting anything. And he was like, well, they told me to bring it here. I'm like, who told you to bring what where? I didn't order anything. I'm not expecting any deliveries. And so I said, I said, what is it? He says, well, I need you to sign for this. I said, sign for what? And he was like this, and it was just this envelope with just a blank envelope. Then it dawned on me. I'm like, oh, they're trying to serve me. So I told him, I said, I don't want that. You can just take it back to where you got it. He's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I says, well, take it back to whoever gave it to you to bring to me. I don't know. It's up to you. So he left it on my mailbox, which is what you're not supposed to do. But he did it anyways. And actually, like I said, I want, look at all this product on me. So I want to go ahead and get it resolved anyway so they can go away. So if they tell me, I'm like, $1,200 is not going to change your life. And if someone with an objective opinion can tell me you were wrong, this was, all of this damage is normal wear and tear, and Mickey, you don't have a case, I'll give them their little $1,200 back. You know? But you'll have to tell me that that is the case, because I'm fair. I'm not trying to rip anybody off. That's just not who I am. But if you don't want to own up to what you did to this house and gonna try and think you can just destroy somebody's home and then get your money back to boot, that's just, you know, people have a lot of nerve today to do stuff like that. So that's how my 2021 started off. And I'm happy it started off that way, like I said, because this is something that I could finally walk away from, and the decision won't be mine. It will be somebody else's, completely objective. So if they tell me that that is the case, I can accept that, no problem. And I will go on happily ever after, because like I said, I don't worship money like that. It's not going to change my life. But you're not going to be able to just do what you did to my mother's home and think you're going to be rewarded for it. So anyways, I'm not telling you that story to start off on a negative note. It's actually a good thing, like I said, because I will finally be able to resolve this, and I won't be the one making the final decision. They're taking it off of me, which I appreciate them for that, because like I said, if they tell me, whatever they tell me, I will happily follow it. But they need to tell me first. So on that note, let me go get my hot head and my clip so I can clip my hair up and get it into deep condition mode, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and I have got my clips. Alright, I got my clips to clip up my hair. This hot head heated up really hot, so that's why I'm kind of taking my time with it. Here's my shower cap. Here's my fabric cap. Here's the hot head. Oh, that feels so good. The best part when it's cold. Put this on and that instant warmth feels amazing. Alright, so that's today's session. I will deep condition, as you know, for the next 40-45 minutes, however long the heat lasts. I will be going to bed. So thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful start of 2021, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe if you enjoy these series, and leave me a comment and let me know what your hair goals are for 2021. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.